Folks, welcome back. I have your latest home prices and insights for the Peel and Durham region for week ending January 19th, 2022. I'm going to get into the numbers shortly. I got to tell you, these markets are insane. From time to time, I get a phone call, and I just had this phone call the other day, so this is why I want to talk about it. It's a bit of a touchy subject, though. I received a call from someone saying, my home is currently on the market. My agent is not doing what they promised, and they won't release me from the contract. It's an unfortunate situation. Our rules are very clear. No realtor is allowed to interfere with a contract that's already in place. So I really can't say much on that subject. Here in this platform, I have a little bit more liberties to talk about the situation. Well, first of all, to the sellers that find themselves in a situation where they completely want to not work with that realtor anymore, well, I will often ask, what did you do, or how did you come across that realtor? What made you decide to work with that realtor? And I'll often hear the same responses. One of the responses is that they had the lowest commission. Well, I think you're learning now that commission does not make somebody a good realtor. Low or high does not make somebody a good realtor. I'll hear stories that, oh, I get flyers in the mail all the time, or I hear them on the radio all the time, or they got the big billboard at the end of the street. Just because the realtor is really good at marketing their services doesn't make them a good realtor. But my real message here is to the realtors that find themselves in that situation. The sellers almost always tell me they've stopped showings and they've called your brokerage and you don't want to release them from the contract. I don't get that. I don't understand why having the sign still on the front lawn is that important to you. I know that you might be thinking that, well, it's a bit of advertising for you. Somebody could be driving by and call you. Well, that seller doesn't want to deal with you anymore. There's no more showings. For that one person that sees your sign, like, look at the other side of it. That seller who has their home on the market, you know, they have family, they have friends, they have coworkers. All those people know they're on the market, and all those people are going to ask the seller, hey, how's your sale going? What do you think the seller is telling them? You think the seller's saying good things about you? Anyone who's successful, any realtor who's successful in real estate, a big part of their business, a big part of our business comes from referrals. Do a good job, people pass your name along to their family, friends, and coworkers. But you do a bad job, it's exponentially worse. So why keep that client? Why cause all that damage to your brand? My advice would be to those realtors in that situation who didn't do what they said they were going to do, but talked a big talk up front just to get the listing. Let it go, move on, cancel the contract, and focus on doing a better job with your next client. But do not keep your sign there and keep an unhappy customer. Makes it our whole industry, gives our whole industry a bad name. If you feel this information can help somebody you know, please pass this video along. Let's get into the insane numbers for Peel and Durham region. If you want to reach us to talk anything at all related to real estate, it's really simple. Into the description below, there's a link to my calendar. Click on that, book a time that's convenient for you, and this way I'll know ahead of time when we're going to chat, and I'll make sure I'm available. Let's get into the numbers. So we've got the detached that we're going to talk about right now, but Daniel who's spending a lot of time in the condo space and dealing with the whole condo market, has been putting pressure, saying that we should be including the Peel region condo charts on the board. And so at the end of this, when I'm done with the detached, Daniel's going to introduce the numbers for condos in Peel region. They're insane, just more insane than the detached market. Okay, so here we have Mississauga, prices are up. Brampton, the orange line here, prices are up. Durham region, I'm using Ajax, Pickering, and Whitby to symbolize the Durham region. Prices are up. We're breaking records across the board. It's insane how intense the market is right now. So for Mississauga detached properties, we sold 39 detached properties. 15 of those were at $2 million or more. Average sold price is $1,982,000. Now I've put the record here as 1982, and I'm not using the 2 million because that was between Christmas and New Year's, and there just really wasn't enough sales to have a true average. So 1,982,000, and let me just kind of get out of the video here a little bit so you could see the whole 1 year of weekly sales. We were here, now we're way up top here for prices. Average price is now sitting at 44% higher than last year's average price. There's been a lot of you that keep saying, use the median price because you get the highs or the lows and there's less peaks and valleys. No problem, let's do that. Well, average price we said is 44% higher than last year's price. Well, the median price is 37% higher than last year's median price. So median has also been obviously increasing week after week. Of the 39 that sold, 92% sold at list price or more. Active listings is really low, 84. We listed only 50 detached properties in Mississauga. Months of inventory sitting at 0.5, which is low, but not as low as some of the other markets I'm about to show you. Let's look at Brampton. Unbelievable. Look at this line of average sold price. We sold 80 detached properties in Brampton last week. 14 were at $2 million or more. Average sold price, $1,627,000. That's from 80 detached sales. Again, $1,627,000 is the average sold price. Let me step back here so you can see the whole year in review, week after week. We were here last year. We are now here. Big difference in just a couple of months here. Unbelievable. Well, that average sold price is 37% higher than last year's average sold price. When we look at the median, unbelievable. Median price is 41% higher than last year's average sold price. You know, I couldn't have drawn a straighter line if I used a ruler. It's just going one way. So the median, less peaks and valleys, but I mean, there's just one direction there. Compared, of the 80, 94% sold at list price or more. I mean, that's all of them. When you talk anything over 75, 80% is going to feel like all of them, but 94%, like there's just no other way of looking at it. I mean, it's intense, it's insane. 99 listings, active listings. Look how low it is. Only 51 active listings. Months of inventory. I mean, Mississauga was 0.5 months of inventory, so we have basically 2 weeks of inventory. Very intense, very, very competitive, lots of offers. Well, I used to think 0.2 was like, wow, that's like, how do we get that low? Well, we're sitting at 0.1 months of inventory. I did that calculation a few times thinking, is it possible that we actually have 0.1 months of inventory? Those are the numbers. That's what's happening when we take the current sales and the amount of properties currently available for sale. We have basically 3 days of stock if we continue to buy at the current pace and no more listings come up. That's insane. There's no other way to describe it. I can't think of a more intensifying word, just because, I mean, unless you're physically in the market, it's really hard to know what that feels like right now. Let's look at Ajax, Pickering, and Whitby for Durham. We sold 45 detached properties. 6 were at $2 million or more. Average sold price, guess what? Another record, $1,501,000. Here's the chart for the whole year. We were here, now we're way up here. A lot of that is over the last 2 and 3 months, a lot of that increase. Well, 1,501,000 is 34% higher than last year's average sold price. The median price is 39% higher than last year's average sold price. Than last year's median price. 45 were sold, 98% of those sold at list price or more. Only 48 listings, and 0.2 is the months of inventory. It's insane out there. Here's Daniel to talk to you about condos in Peel region.
Hi everyone, my name is Daniel Sessa and I'm a full-time realtor with Team Sessa Real Estate. My main focus is helping clients get in and out of condos, and I've been bugging my dad. We need to get a segment on the Peel condo market because there's a lot of action. We have it for York region, we have it for Toronto, and now we finally have it for Peel. So let's get right into it. We had a pretty decent week last week, selling 73 condos in Peel. One of them sold at over $1 million, but what the real story of this slide is the average sales price. That's sitting at $685,000. It is a record for Peel, and we can see that over the past 12 months, for the most part, we sat in and around an average price of $560,000. December is when things really started to take off. Year over year, we are 32% higher than what we were at this time last year for the average sales price. And a lot of you guys have been asking for median price. We included it. The median price is $670,000, which is up actually 35% from where it was last year. So we can see with a lot of data points that things are really increasing at a pretty fast rate in the Peel condo market. Here we have sales. Sales was kind of in line with where we were last year at this time. We sold 73. Last year at this time we sold 80. Again, another real story of this slide. 89% sold at list price or more. We use this number to kind of gauge competition in the market, and we see that just about 9 out of 10 condos in Peel are selling with offer dates are selling much higher than their listed price. And last year that number was only 29. So big difference there. Active listings, we're sitting at 35 active listings, very low. We're sitting at 79 listings for last week. That seems to be on par with where we were last year, but again, there's a lot of demand, a lot of people trying to buy up these condos. Months of inventory. This is a big story this is a big reason why I wanted to push to have these condos listed on our, for Peel, because we're currently sitting at 0.1 months of inventory. You saw it in the Brampton detached. 0.1 months of inventory means we actually only have 3 days of inventory to fulfill all the demand. So that, we'll see how that goes, because that, I don't think it can get much lower than 0.1. But average days on market is sitting at 8. You know, we can see here for the past 3 months, it's been in double digits. When it's that low, what that tells us is a lot of places are actually selling before their offer dates. A lot of people are putting in bully offers. So again, just another data point to show that there's a lot of competition in the Peel condo market. That's the report for this week. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you know anyone that'll find this information useful, please feel free to share it. And if you have any questions yourself, please feel free to contact us. We'll see you again next week. Thanks. Bye-bye.